What up YouTube, it's your boy Kind God King here with another video. Today I'm doing a review on the MSI B350 Tomahawk motherboard, which you guys would be aware I'm running in my Ryzen system at the moment. I just wanted to give you guys a more sort of in-depth look at the motherboard, as well as in the BIOS, show you what some features do. And you saw how I sort of pulled off an extreme overclock. I want to show you guys that it's quite easy to overclock this processor using this motherboard without having to sort of go to extreme lengths. So this is the first time I'm using this camera, so let me know what you guys think as well. Alrighty, so here's the box the motherboard comes in. So as you can see, MSI B350 Tomahawk, which is a Ryzen motherboard, and you can see here that the motherboard is VR ready and it's ready for gaming. So that's the box, there's not too much into there. So looking at my PC, although it's a little bit hard because my lights are bright, you can see the motherboard here. Now to the left there, the motherboard does have its own red neon lights there, as well as here and all around the motherboard actually. There are some red lights. It's a little bit hard to see. This is my Corsair H60, which cools my processor down. Got a bunch of SSDs here, my 580, which you guys have seen in many videos. But more importantly, I wanted to show you guys the BIOS and show you a few different things in here. Now I don't have a tripod or anything for my camera, so it might be a little bit shaky. I do apologize. It's the best I can do at the moment until I secure a tripod. So here's the BIOS here. This is advanced mode, but there is an easy mode as well. And in easy mode it tells you all sorts of things about your system. So I'm using, as you can see at the top here, a Ryzen 7 1700, and if I click CPU here, it gives me a few details about it. So you can see that right now stock settings is 3.4 gigahertz. You can see here that there's core performance boost, there's hyperthreading, and just a few details about the processor. Memory shows my memory is running at 2133, which is, it's not the stock of my memory, but it's what Ryzen runs it at unless you change it. Storage, as you can see, the SSDs I mentioned. I've also got a 1 terabyte hard drive, which is hiding under that grill there. And fan info just tells you a bit about the fan. In my PC, I have the 3 fans on the front there, as well as 2 fans running on the cooler. And help just tells you a whole bunch of shortcuts. But what I wanted to do is go to advanced. I want to show you guys how easy it actually is to overclock this processor without sort of having to go to extreme lengths using this MSI Tomahawk. Now this motherboard, you know, I'm not being paid to review it or anything like that, but honestly I think it's one of the best ones you can buy. It does make overclocking extremely easy if you sort of aren't too knowledgeable about what you're doing. And the reason behind that is a feature that MSI has in their BIOS. Now this is the latest BIOS, by the way. It came out on the 28th of the 4th. So if you do have this motherboard, I highly suggest you get the latest BIOS. Now game boost. So this is what I wanted to talk about. So as you can see right now, the CPU speed is 3.4 gigahertz. However, in Windows, it will come up as 3.2 for some reason. But with Game Boost, and I'll show you here, hopefully you can see it. So the function is, when it's off, it obviously does nothing. But when it's on, the base frequency actually increases by 400 megahertz. So with Windows detecting 3.2, you're getting an overclock of 3.6 gigahertz, which is great, really. You know, I only do 3.9 gigahertz, so 3.6 is quite good. And to turn that on and to activate that overclock, you literally just click that button and bang, it's on. That's all you do. Restart your PC and enjoy 3.6 gigahertz. So it's not difficult to do at all. If anything, it's quite easy. So I'm just going to turn that off for now because I'll put it back to how I had it originally. Now, the other feature I wanted to tell you guys about as well is AXMP. Now, As you can see, it's detecting my memory as 2133 megahertz, which is incorrect. My memory is actually 3000 megahertz Corsair RAM, but for some reason Ryzen only wants to run it at 2133. So using another feature like the game boost called AXMP, I click the button and I select one of these options. Now if I select option 1 for XMP, instead of running at that 2133, it will actually run the RAM at 2667. So that's closer to where we want to be, and everything else is left on auto. However, if I select number 2, which is obviously the higher out of the two, it wants to run my RAM at 2933, which is exactly what I want. So you do need to go into your BIOS and make sure your RAM is running at how it should be, essentially. Now every RAM is different when it comes to Ryzen. A lot of RAM's not supported, a lot of people have issues. However, I don't have any issues with mine. I literally set this AXMP2, leave everything on auto, reboot, and my RAM will be running at 2993. But like I said, that's not for everyone, so don't quote me on that. It's just the RAM I have, which is Corsair LPX 3000, but it might be different for you. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. It's just a quick video. Like I said, I'm a really big fan of the motherboard. I love it. MSI have done a decent job, and this is actually the second Ryzen motherboard I've had. The first one I had was an ACER Prime, which got extremely hot around the VRMs, which you can see here. It just got too hot where if you touched it, it would even burn you pretty much. But this one runs nice and cool, there's no issues. So that's what I wanted to show you. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of the camera. It is a DSLR camera. It's probably not the best thing to use, but it's all I have. I will endeavor to get a tripod so you don't get the shakiness. But please subscribe, like my video, share it with your mates. The more views I get, the more content I'll potentially release. I do have in the works a potential sponsorship if I get more subscribers and more views. So please get the word out there, and stay positive, and thanks for watching. See you later.